We obviously have taken a staged approach to this since coming in sort of the start of July. We knew that we would have gaps in what we wanted to be ready for those two remaining Pro 14 games, and obviously we played Scarlets. We've got an idea where we are, but you never know until you're put under the extreme pressures that a league game gives you. So the signs have been very encouraging. The lads have really dug in. They've really embraced what we're doing. They're working exceptionally hard. We're trying to obviously change quite a lot of things, and those things are deep rooted. So you have to unlearn them before you learn them. So it remains to be seen. But the signs are very encouraging so far.
Yeah, how encouraging was that performance against the Scarlets?
I think week? It was obviously we have to be mindful for what it is. It was 2 hit outs for 2 teams as part of pre-season, so there's always going to be things that are slightly different, as it were. But for us, it was an opportunity to look at players. We rested all our international players. We wanted to give people an opportunity. It's part of the cultural growth of us and seeing where people are. So the result was obviously something that we weren't particularly worried about, but it's also important to get the best reinforcement you can is by winning, and to win and coming off the back of some of the disappointments of last season, it's important to get some a shot of adrenaline into and belief into what we're doing.
How important is it to get off to a good start? It's a tricky opener away to Edinburgh, semi-finalists last season. It'll be a tough test up there.
Yeah, no, it will be. I mean, but I don't think it's an old cliche, and one that you gentlemen have heard a lot. There is there's no easy league games, but again, it's an opportunity for us to put a marker down, a performance that we can be proud of, and that's what we've talked about. We've talked about doing things that we can be proud of and represent ourselves as a group, and represent the region and the people within the region. And if we can do that, then things will be starting to improve for us.
You touched there on the homegrown talent, and you stressed that a lot. Are there any particular youngsters in the Ospreys squad that you are particularly excited about, and you think that fans should be coming over the next 9 months?
Yeah, I think there's a few. People that have put their hand up with the opportunity. I think that some people forget. For example, Owen Watkin is 23 years old. So he's got a lot of growing to do. So he's very exciting. He's been very visible, and alongside him, the other two young centres, Kieran Williams and Thomas T. and Wheeler, those 2 boys have been very impressive. Dowie Lake's been very good at hooker, and we've got some really nice young nines. So Ruben and Harry Morgan have certainly put their hand up in training and the performances they've had. So. Yeah, there's a long-term element in that, but they need to be ready now, and it's a balancing act between giving them enough room to grow, but also expecting high performance, because we need to deliver and perform well as soon as possible. So it's a bit of a ebb and flow. That's why the experience of people like Scotty and Dan Lydia and Alan Wynne and people like that around them, you've got to create an environment where they can thrive. So that's always a bit of a balance, and sometimes you get that right, and sometimes you get it wrong, and sometimes you play people too frequently, and sometimes you don't. But I've got a lot of experience around that, and I've had a lot of success around that in relation to getting players through, both at London Irish and at Bath. So hopefully, that bodes well for us for the short and the long term.